Hey, what's up, guys? Just driving to work, thinking about the Great Depression. I know that's not when your girlfriend broke up with you in 8th grade. We were so emotionally fragile. The Great Depression is really a time of great economic turmoil in America. Did they see it coming? Kinda. Overproduction of crops caused the price to decrease substantially. A decrease in foreign markets. We weren't buying things overseas. We were producing automobiles that no one was buying. There was a lot of manufacturing. There was a lot of things that kind of led up to the Great Depression. We had a president elected in 1928, Herbert Hoover. And if you are cold, you can use your Hoover blanket, which is a total newspaper. And if you are gonna wave your Hoover flag, you can pull your pocket out because that's a Hoover flag. Oh, and if you get evicted from your house, you can live in a shanty hut shed on the streets of New York City, and that's called a Hooverville. Okay? Oh, your car doesn't work, you can't afford gas? That's cool. Get it pulled by a horse, that's a Hoover car. So we're dealing with Herbert Hoover, and he was blamed for a lot of the problems during the Great Depression. And it wasn't all his fault necessarily, but he really believed in rugged individualism. He believed that America should kind of work for itself. They shouldn't get involved. Government shouldn't get involved in markets. Herbert Hoover, for the most part, believed in rugged individualism, kind of bootstraps American economy. He believed it was just natural to have economic booms and busts. And we do see that historically, that does happen. But 1929 hits. We have speculation in the stock market. People are buying on margin. They want to say you want to buy $100,000 worth of stock in Amazon. They only have $10,000. They take out a loan for the rest, and then they buy the stock. If the stock goes up, pay off the loan, you're good. If the stock goes down, you still owe that loan. Well, guess what? The stocks all crashed at once. People were buying stocks, so it made the price go up even more than it ever should have been. And then what happened was it all kind of came crashing down. On top of that, we have the banks. The banks were not FDIC insured at the time. So banks, everybody went to the bank at once to get their money out. They heard that the stock market was crashing. They heard that the banks were closing. So you have a run on the banks. So people run to the bank at once to get their money out, but banks don't work like that. There's not just all this money sitting there at one point in time. So everybody goes and gets their money out at the same time. Their life savings is lost. It's not uncommon for somebody that lived through the Great Depression to keep their money in a mattress or keep their money in a hidden spot in their house because they just didn't trust banks. Okay, so then we have a president elected. He kind of was going to be the savior, the one that fixed everything. His name was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He had a wife named Eleanor Roosevelt, and she was kind of the eyes and ears of the president. But Franklin D. Roosevelt kind of had this alphabet soup. He started all these projects to try to help the CCC. He started building dams and roads and infrastructure projects. And really, he was considered the alphabet soup of presidents, and he started the New Deal. And that's his big thing, is New Deal.